Hi, my name's Joe Ludlow. I'm a repiper. Been repiping since 1990. And if you are looking at my video, it's because you've probably suffered a slab leak, or you've had a problem with your Kitech system, polybutylene system, or your galvanized system, and you're looking for a repiper. Every repipe company is going to promote the idea that they're number one in repiping, and so am I. So let me give you my point of view on why I'm the best repiper in the industry. Under Cox versus Shell, 320,000 homes were repiped under the direct supervision of the courts, and a customer satisfaction survey was done on all 320,000 homes. That survey revealed that I rated number one in customer satisfaction and consumer confidence and in customer service. So I rated number one in all three categories out of 320,000 homes. Those homes were done between 1995 and 2011. Now, let me say this about repiping. When you call me, I'm going to come over to your house and take a look at your, first thing I'm going to start at is a pressure regulator and see if you have one, number one, and number two, see if you require one. So what I'm going to do is find out what the size of the piping system is in your front yard, and then we're going to go into the house and take a look at the house as a total. We're looking for what's called total demand, and it's the total number of fixtures you have inside of your home. I'm going to draw up a drawing and determine the size pipe that you need for your total demand. So what we do is we go from the meter to the transition point. That's where the water enters the building for the first time. From the transition point to the hot water heater. From the hot water heater to your furthest fixture, and then we develop the system based on what you have in your individual house. By doing that method, I can actually get you more gallons per minute than any other system ever built on a modified branch system. So we don't do the manifold systems, and we don't do the home run systems, because a home run system will give you less than 50% of the gallons per minute. A remote manifold system will give you 3/4 of the gallons per minute possible. A modified branch system will give you the most gallons per minute that is humanly possible. So I'm always going to recommend a PEX system over a copper system. I've been installing PEX systems. I found out from the factory last week, as a matter of fact, that I was wrong. I didn't start installing the Uponor PEX A system in 1995. I started installing it in 1993. So I've been installing the Uponor PEX system for 21 years. I started installing copper systems in 1990. That's, by the way, is when the repiping industry began. And then by 1995, with the Cox versus Shell class action settlement, repiping took off full swing, and you had all the biggest repiping companies in the country competing against each other. And luckily, I came out on top when it came to the reviews from customers. So the Uponor PEX A system, you're going to have a small copper stub out, and that's going to be required by some cities because they want a rigid mount for the valve assembly. So you're going to have your 2x4 here. The PEX pipe will mount onto it right here at the flange. The sheetrock goes in front of it. This pipe sticks out. You mount your angle stop on it, and then screw on the supply line. This supply line goes to the toilets and to the faucets, and that's going to be your terminal point for a PEX system. So it includes all your hot and cold water lines. It includes your copper stub outs. It includes all your fittings. Includes all your valves, and it includes a lifetime guarantee on both the material and the labor. Now, currently I've been doing commercial properties, the Talega Carmel property in San Clemente. I'll give you Mike Henning's phone number. We've done half of that property so far, and he can tell you how we're doing on these very, very expensive properties. Also, I have an unlimited amount of references of homeowners that I've done repipes for. At this point, I've never had a bad review in Yelp for an actual repipe. I've never had a bad review for my drywall work. So after 32,000 repipes completed, I've had 3 complaints. All 3 complaints came from homeowners that I never worked for. I've never had a bad review from my actual work. So I have a lot of references, and I'll be happy to give you all the references that you require in your area. Again, my repiping has a lifetime guarantee on both material and labor. I will always strongly suggest PEX over copper, and we'll do another video on that because I want to talk to you in depth about the problems with copper piping and chloramine. And one other little tidbit that I'll give you at this time is no other repipers in the country know. In fact, no plumbers know it. All USA made copper piping manufactured in this country today now has recycled material in it. And that's a problem specifically when you add chloramine to the water. The other thing that customers are not aware of is all copper fittings are now manufactured in Mexico, and by law, the United States Congress gave them the copper industry an exemption. They do not have to disclose it to the homeowner ever. Number one, that they use recycled material. Number two, that the fittings are manufactured in Mexico. And number three, most importantly, copper is not the same copper that you think it is any longer. They don't have to disclose the recycled material aspect to the consumer, and it's unfortunate. Because of that, I don't recommend copper anymore. Go with a PEX A system, and we're going to do a PEX video. So I'm going to get into the differences between PEX A, PEX B, manufactured by Zurn, and PEX C, which is manufactured by Vanguard Vega. And there are very, very big differences between those 3 systems. So I'll do a video on explaining on which one you should use and why. My name is Joe Ludlow. I'm an actual repiper. I rated #1 in the country, and the only time that repipers actually competed against each other nationwide. That was for 16 years under Cox versus Shell. And I'll come to your house and do a complete free evaluation, teach you everything there is to know. If you happen to hire me, you'll have a lifetime guarantee on your material and your labor. I strongly, again, will recommend a PEX system. Thank you. You can reach me at 877-4REPIPE. That is my cell phone number and has been for, I believe it's going on 20 years now. So you can reach me at 877-473-7473. Thank you very much.